As we all know, Manipur is burning from the past 3 months, and there have been violences against people. More than 150 people have been killed, and 50,000 people have been displaced. And what we see more is the violence against women, the assaults that the women in Manipur are facing. We have with us Mrs. Hawkins, who is living here in Karnataka. She's a Manipuri living here in Karnataka and working here. So let us have her opinion on the same.
Hi Arya. The incident that happened on May 19th, where a video started circulating of two women naked being paraded and sexually assaulted on the road by a mob of men. To be honest, that incident happened on the 4th or 5th of May. Okay, so but because of the lack of internet back home, they shut down the whole internet in the whole of the state. Okay, which is why the videos could not be circulated then, and it did not come out to light after only after like 2 months came to light, right? But even before then, what happened was my community of people, the family and friends of the women, the victims, what they did was they put up a video on YouTube telling their stories. Okay, but nobody paid any attention to that, and the atrocities that happened against these women. I'm sure when you saw that video, it was shocking, it was jarring. I could not eat and sleep for the next 2-3 days. And imagine the whole country, the whole world saw that video. And it was such a shock that even the PM finally spoke. Because for the past 2 months, when all these problems were happening, the PM hardly said any word. He was busy touring. Okay, he did not raise any word or any sort of solution for the problems that were happening in Manipur. But only after that jarring video came out, the PM spoke. A lot of celebrities spoke out. A lot of news channels spoke out. Right? A lot of politicians also spoke out. And finally, our own CM also spoke out regarding only that incident, only the incidents and violence against the women. And we are happy that we have finally gained some traction about the happenings in Manipur because of those videos. And as a woman myself, just imagining the thought of going home, going back to Impal, going back to Manipur to live with them, I can't think of it anymore. What happened to those women? It could happen to any of us. It could happen to me, my sister, my neighbor, my daughter. Okay, so the thought of going back and literally imagining myself going back and staying in my same old house where I lived for the past 10-11 years, okay, and raising a family there, no, I'm sorry, but I can't even think of it. And I'm pretty sure the whole of Kukizo community who've been living in the Imphal Valley, who've raised their family, who've raised generations there, nobody can think of going back and living among the Métis. And I'm not saying that all of the Métis communities are bad. I'm not saying that at all. It's just that, sometimes an incident will be so traumatizing that when it affects a certain community, it feels like it affects the community as a whole. Okay, so we've all felt that trauma. And not just us, the whole nation, the whole world felt that trauma. So if the government, if the Supreme Court, if the central governments, if they are not going to find a solution for us to maybe stay as friendly neighbors, then I'm sorry, this problem, it will go on probably for generations to come. So we need a peaceful solution. We need a solution where we can live peacefully among our own community, a community that we trust, or where a dialogue can happen where we get separated, basically. Okay, so that we can start living and raising our children, let them go to school, let them continue with their education. Let us also go back to our own lives, because right now a lot of 50,000 displaced families, they're living in packs of families in 2 BHK houses, 3 BHK houses all over Karnataka. Most of them don't have any of their documentation so that they can find work. And most of them are very ill qualified to find jobs. Some children, they are going to school. Thankfully, the state of Karnataka has provided free education for all the children who are displaced. So at least for that, yes. But how long can we depend on that, right? Especially people who are watching this, maybe. What you can do is just keep praying for our community, pray for the sisters and the many others, by the way, who were affected, who were sexually harassed. But we don't have video evidence of all that, which is why it's not very publicized. But there are cases of 4 women, two nurse women who were attacked from their nursing institute. They were pulled out, they were attacked, and they were left for dead. Thankfully, some good Samaritans, they took them to the hospital. And then 2 cases of women, other young ladies, okay, they were sexually assaulted and killed.
So, as Manipuris, as you all Manipuris, as people living in Karnataka, what are you doing towards the peacemaking in the state?
We have several organizations. We have a student organization at apex bodies. We have religious organization at apex bodies, where every month families and working individuals, they're donating money. We're pooling all these money, okay, and then we're sending them back home to aid in the relief camps, okay. And apart from that, what we're also doing is those children who are getting provided education are religious institutions and heads of religions. What they're going around is they're going around and sort of bringing all these religious heads together and institutional heads together, so that we can provide education for these children as well.
We had with us Manipuris living here in Karnataka who were talking about the violences that broke out in Manipur and the silence that was there about the incident in Manipur. And they also gave suggestions to the government as to what can be done to restore peace in Manipur. This is Alia Amreen for Karnataka Muslim.